Alright guys, welcome back. We are in episode 8 here, or maybe 9. I think it's 9. Yes, it is 9. So, playoffs are opening up here. We're taking on the Cubs at Wrigley Field. I'm just going to jump right into it because I think I'm going to put these first 2 games in the same video. Julio Teheran taking on John Lester in game 2. Chris Archer taking on Arrieta in game 1. So, there's our lineup tonight. As you see, really the same as the regular season. So yeah. And I don't know if I want to switch Ohtani and Teheran. I think I'm going to leave Teheran because he has a little bit more experience than Ohtani. So anyway, let's get right into this game. And that'll start right now. Alright guys, so here we are in the game. First playoff game of the Atlanta Braves franchise. Runners on the corners in the first inning for Mark Trumbo. Drives in a run to make it 1-0 in the first inning. Braves skip ahead to the top of the third, no outs. Runners on first and second. Jonathan Lucroy drives one into left center field to bring in the runner from second base to make it 2-0 Braves in the third inning. So nice early lead for the Braves against Arrieta. In the fourth, Albies up at the plate, drives one into left center field over the leaping Russell, with a runner on second to bring John Jay in, who was at second base, to make it 3-0 now. Skip ahead after we get another run. Jonathan Lucroy drives another ball, but this time into right center field to bring around Inciarte from first base to make it 5-0, and that will drive Jake Arrieta out of the game. We absolutely shelled him, very early and often. They will bring in John Lackey from the bullpen, 6'6", 38 years old. In the fourth still, with 2 outs, runners on the corners, Mark Trumbo up at the plate. First pitch he sees, drives one up the third base line to bring in the runner from third. Again, thought I'd be aggressive from first base, but I get thrown out at third with Freddie Freeman. Just trying to be aggressive there. In the fifth, top 5, 6-0. Albies drives the ball up the middle. Zobrist stops, but fumbles it to bring in the runner from second base, who is John Jay again. Kiki Hernandez, 7-0 lead, drives a ball into deep right center field, and that will go over the fence for a 3-run home run in the 7th to make it 10-0 Braves in the 7th. I think it was 7th. 6, actually. Later in the inning, Albies hits a ground ball to short, but he beats out the throw to bring in another run to make it 8-0 now in the 6th inning. So it's starting to get out of hand here. Top of 6, 11-0. Runners on the corners. Inciarte up at the plate, and he'll get out there. I don't know why I included that. Bottom of 9th here. I let Archer stay in for the complete game shutout, and he does that. Just that. So 11-0 win in the first game of the series against the Chicago Cubs. So great start. Let's get into game 2 right now. Alright guys, welcome to game 2. We have a 1-0 lead on the Cubs in the NLDS. Playing at Wrigley Field, night game. This game looking to get a 2-game lead on the Cubs heading into game 3 back at home in Atlanta. Skip ahead to the 7th. Great pitchers matchup and great pitchers duel until the 7th inning. Schwarber, after a Rizzo double, doubles himself into the left field corner to bring in Rizzo from second base to take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 7th inning. Next batter, Dexter Fowler, gets a low outside fastball, drives it into left center field, one hops the wall, or the ivy, to bring in Schwarber from second base to take a 2-0 lead in the 7th inning. So that will be the day for Ohtani. That will bring in Carter Capps, who gets out of the 8th inning. And then in the bottom of the 8th inning, after an Inciarte walk, Kiki Hernandez puts one out to left field. Lester slide stepped, just hung a curveball, and Kiki Hernandez did not miss it. Top of the 9th, still 2-2. Cahill on the mound. Gentry lines one into left field. Schwarber misses the ball on the dive, gets all the way to the wall, and Gentry, with that 90 speed of his, advances to third base for a triple early in the 9th inning. Next batter, John Jay, comes up, gets a ball to drive with the infield in, and pumps it out to left center field for a double to bring in Gentry from third base to take a 3-2 lead in the top of the 9th inning. He's pretty pumped up. Next batter, Albies. John Jay on second base, drag bunts it, perfect drag bunt right on the chalk, beats it out to first base. So now runners on the corners with 1 out. Ender Inciarte gets a slider. He kind of rolls over it, but he beats out the play to first base to get in that run. That's huge. Now it's a 4-2 lead. Vizcaíno on for the save with 2 outs. Jorge Soler pinch hitting, grounds to Albies at shortstop to get the game ending out. So there you see the box score. Alright guys, so we squeaked one out against the Cubs in Wrigley. I did throw Ohtani because he has a little bit better of a rating. And if we won, we'd have Teheran at home, who is, I think he's pretty solid at home. And then Matt Wisler to hopefully close it out. So I'm going to get greedy here, and I'm going to go ahead and sim these games. I just don't know if the the Cubs, if they really have, what 40-man roster is full. So loss. Arrieta taking on Wisler. Loss. So it's going to come down to game 5 here. Brian Mattis taking on Manny Banuelos at Wrigley Field, 7:05. This is for the NLDS. To advance to the NLCS, I just really didn't think the Cubs had that, clutch in it. They were both close games, 1-3 loss, 1-2 loss. Shea Simmons took the loss in game 4. Kiki Hernandez is still doing really well. I mean, our offense was just like exploding. Evan Longoria has not done really anything whatsoever. So yeah, it looks like I'm going to play this game. So let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome to game 3, the third game of this video. We're going to start out in the second. Evan Longoria hits a solo home run to left center field to make it 1-0 Braves in the second inning. Hopefully we can expand upon that lead and really run away with it here. Skip ahead to the bottom of the 6th. Banuelos has done really well, but he leaves a pitch, out over the plate for Rizzo to hit hard. So Rizzo puts it out to right field, 410 feet. It was an absolute bomb. Two tied up at 1. Later in the 6th with 2 outs, Russell's up at the plate, tried to get a low and away fastball, but that did not happen. Russell will put it out to left center-ish field to make it 3-1 Cubs. So after we get a run, top of the 7th, in the bottom half of the inning, Chris Bryant hits a 3-run home run to make it 2-6 Cubs. That was really just, kind of a big dagger. That kind of took the life out of me a little bit. Runners on the corners in the 8th with 2 outs. Freddie Freeman up. Hits a ground ball past the diving Russell to bring in the runner from third. Now we have runners at first and second base, and it is a 3-6 ball game in the 8th. In the 9th with 2 outs, showing a little late life here, Ender Inciarte hits a bomb out to right field. After a LB's ground ball that hit the mound that popped up way up in the air. It was a base knock, so that brings in a run to make it 4-6. Next batter is Kiki Hernandez. First pitch he sees is a fastball he drives into right field right on the chalk. That'll bring in Inciarte, and that will make it 5-6 in the 9th. So now we have the heart of our order coming up. Lucroy, I got really excited about this, and it was a little out of the zone. So he pops it up in the center field, and that will be the ball game and the Braves season. So it is kind of, it sucks. But, I'm really happy for the Cubs. Cubs are my favorite team. I'm not a bandwagon fan. Believe me, I've been a Cubs fan ever since I had Derek Lee, Michael Barrett, Pryor, Wood. I ain't going on and on and on and on. So I'm happy for them, but at the same time, it does suck, that the Braves season is done. But we had a really good year. We came off a year where we weren't good at all. So it's really good to see that we're really improving. And, I mean, really improving. We won the NL East and, made the playoffs for the first time in a while for the Braves. So that's really exciting. I'm really excited to see what else is in store for this team in the years to come. So I hope you guys enjoyed this season. We're going to get into the off season in this next episode. So I will see you guys then.